everybody. Sorry I didn't schedule it. It's been a crazy day. Oh, Mum. Who have we got? I'll say hi to everybody. We've got Lisa Jones. Hello. Twiggy, Security Chief. Hi there. You're new. I haven't seen, well, that name's new. I haven't seen that name before. Miss Justice, hello. Hello, Country Christian. Yeah, I've had the craziest 24 hours I've had in years. And I'm so sorry. Oh, great. Guys, I just have to mute out for a second. I won't be a minute. Sorry, guys. I had to take that call. Oh, my God. So, you guys, I'm reaching out and I need a bit of advice and help today. This has got nothing to do with Summer Wells. The title of the video is Because I Can, and right at this minute, it is because I can come live. So I'm taking advantage, oh my God, of a little bit of free time. And I will fill you in on why I need help. But I am going to continue saying hello to everybody first. Duchess of Carolina, hello. Crime and Justice. Tina McFarlane. Oh, Chase's Dirty Diana. Good to see you. I can't keep up with all the name changes. It's just, like, I usually pride myself on that I can remember everyone's names. But Katie, that's a cool way of typing it. I love that. Oh, and I love your birdie. Radio Gods, Lisa Jones. Did I already say hi to you? I think I did. Tina McFarlane. Thank you so much, everyone, for popping in. Brandy Bradford, how are you? She's a little angel. Oh, dear. I'm sorry, my voice is quivery. Teresa Upchurch, how are you? DB, Susan Sutherland is on the phone. Yes, thanks for saying that, Susan. It's just, my world is just absolutely crazy right now. Luca Biga, how are you? Good to see you. I think I've said hello to everybody. So yesterday I did plan to just postpone the live I had scheduled because there was a few things happening in the background that I was really concerned and preoccupied with in the YouTube world. True Crime Paranormal with Eve. EP, hello to you. Thank you for coming in and spending some time with us. But I got a call from school. Actually, I got sidetracked of time, to be completely honest, because I was waiting for John Hinged to come live and finish so I could go live. And I put that in the community post that soon as John was finished, I'd go live. But anyway, halfway through his live, I got a call from school to say that little miss was not behaving, etc., etc. And they wanted me to go there, which I did. And we had a meeting with how things are going. I'm just turning this noise off. And dealt with that. I am trying to take big breaths. Oh, dear. I know you have me. So we had the meeting and everything. And by this time it was, 2:45. And I normally go to school at 2:50, 2:55 anyway. So I decided to just sit in the car and wait till they were finished, because they didn't say, she's to go home with you now, which I was surprised about. She got an incident slip and a bit of a talking to and that sort of stuff. All good. Bring them home. Then my mother-in-law, who lives in the same street as us, but across the road and up 3 houses, has a fall. So we had to deal with that. She's fine. She's all good, thank goodness. It just shook her up, as it does, like she's 85 and like I know even if I fall over, it's sort of the shock that you felt and stuff. It was more the shock of falling, and because she's had a broken hip before, I think she thought she'd be on her way to hospital and stuff, but no, she's fine. Oh, thank you, Lisa Jones. This isn't it yet. I'm not even there yet. This is only like 4 hours into my crazy afternoon. Anyway, the older one had a party invite to go to a carnival in Wagga, which is an hour away, with 5 of her friends and the kid's birthday's mum, who's, you know what I mean, whose child was having a birthday. So they were going over there to go out for dinner and stuff and then go to the carnival. So with that, little Miss 9 has the shits. Super bad. Apparently, she didn't show it at all. Like, there was no obvious signs that she felt dirty about the situation that she couldn't go. So I'll fast forward to this morning, because we just dealt with getting dinner, sitting little Miss 9 down, talking it out, what we thought was a good way to deal with school and, you know, just her behaviour in general, and remind her of things that are not acceptable and what we won't put up with, that sort of stuff, without trying to go about it proactively, you know, instead of hammering up for you did this and you do that, just sort of say this is why we feel upset about it, and taking that way of dealing with it with her, okay, which we thought went well in our eyes. She seemed to understand. Like, you know, she understands what you're saying. It's whether she absorbs it and takes it on board is the issue. Anyway, we'll fast forward to this morning, and I had my other 2 little grandkiddies, the 5-month-old grandson and the 3-year-old little girl. We're having a fabulous time. I only had them for 2 hours, but it was really good. She's rolling over and pulling my glasses off my head, and she's doing ballerinas. Perfect, right? It was perfect. I loved every second of it, as I'm sure you all do too, with your kids and grandkids. And hi, John QQ, apple of his eye. I know I'm raving on. Then my phone rings, and it's hubby. And he's in another town working away. He leaves at like 5:30 a.m. every day. He's a drywaller, as most of you know. And he says, I've never heard him sound like this, except for when his dad passed away. And now he's home. He said, is the pool empty yet? And I said, I was so bewildered. And I said, why would the pool be empty? He said, go and have a look. And with that, I lied the 6-month-old down on the rug on the floor, and I go out the back, and the pool is half empty. So we've got one of those above ground pools that we have dug out into the ground, so it is ground level and it's all paved and everything around it. So what this little shit of a child has done, 2 things actually, but one isn't important. Well, not really. I don't know. She had gotten a tin out of the garbage and took the lid off it. You know, the peel back tins? with the little key thing that you just pull the lid off with. Okay. She's taken that into the pool because she was swimming away happily. Like, if we wanted to be horrible, which come across my mind at the time after the school incident, I thought we shouldn't actually be letting her have a ball in the pool. Maybe she needs to be doing something constructive and having a good think about what had gone on, not only yesterday at school, but for the whole week prior. But I felt sorry for her, didn't I? Because Miss 12 has gone to the carnival with half a dozen friends, and little Miss Naughty's sitting here looking at me like, oh, poor little me. So I'm like, fine, go and have a swim. Hence the phone call this morning. So while I've still got hubby on the phone, I go out to the pool area, go through the gate, and I see it. She has slashed the shit out of the liner in the pool. Now, mind you, I've walked in and out of that house, backyard, sliding door 15 times today, and I never noticed the level of the water in the pool at all. Didn't even, I think we get so used to seeing things how they usually are, unless you're looking directly for something, you don't see it, do you? And I hadn't seen it. She has slashed it to the shit house. Hang on, I'll be back. Sorry, guys, hubby just got home and I've never seen him like this ever. It's horrible. It's just, thank you, John Q. I'm sorry to offload on my shitty time, but it might explain why I didn't come do my live yesterday and I felt so bad. I had people like, Sharon, there's people waiting for you. And I knew that I just had to deal with real life stuff for a bit. And I knew and hoped that everyone understood. Yeah, he's really, really cut up because it's funny. The little one, Pop, is her idol, okay, to the point that, and it's part of fetal alcohol syndrome. For people who have never dealt with it, she has this condition. So they will attach to one caregiver if it's a couple, and the other one is dead to them. And it's usually the main caregiver they don't want a bar of. So from a tiny baby, Pop was her everything. You know, he was her world, and still is, still was till this morning. And she would throw me under the bus, and does constantly, you know, for anything or everything that she can get dirt on me or her sister on. She will go running to Pop to Dob that, you know, we spent too much money in Kmart or something like that, you know, stupid little things, but trying desperately to get you into trouble for something. And so that Pop looks negatively at us. And it's like in her brain, it's Pop and her against Miss 12 and I. You know, it's a crazy, crazy condition. But the destruction of everything. Okay, so she has a PlayStation 4. I used to only buy like the cheap $20 headphones from Kmart, be Walmart in America. And apparently the microphones are, now that she plays this game on the PlayStation, not all headphones are compatible, which I didn't know. I just thought headphones were headphones. So you go and buy a like $70 pair of headphones, and within 48 hours she's mutilated them, like they're in pieces on the floor. Like I bought a brand new pajamas 3 weeks ago. She cut them up and threw them behind the lounge. Like she's 9, and I don't understand. Like, I know she has this condition and everything else. The mutilating her hair. Most of you who are in here, I've told you about the hair situation and how I identified with Summer if she did go to town with the clippers like Donald tried to say she did. But Summer's 5. George is now 9, and she's done it 4 times. Oh, you had a Kmart. Hi, Layla, love. In Indiana, but they changed name to Walmart. Oh, wow. I didn't know that it had any in America. I thought that it was exactly the same sort of thing, only you guys were Walmart and we were Kmart. One of my nieces went to the US, and she brought me back Walmart bags. So cute. I was so chuffed to have a Walmart bag. Yeah, so it's just been shitty. And hubby is just devastated. We've been married for 30, I worked this out the other day, 33 years. We've been together for nearly 35. And other than when his dad passed away, I have never, ever heard this hurt. Like, he is devastated that she's done this. And just, yeah, it's just really, really, really difficult. And, you know, she's been carrying on for a few months that she wants to go live with Dad. So we've had a trial. What's the word you use? You know how you prepare, it's like a trial reunification without it being permanent, and that was to take place at the end of this school year, like when the school holidays start. But I've been in contact with our caseworker, and that's who just called me back. Both girls are going for their scheduled weekend with their dad today, this afternoon. But little Miss 9 won't be returning on Sunday. The trial will start from today. Yeah, Helen Fackler, we've had all that, like she has all that, like they both have. And like, most of you were here the other day when I was all excited that we're going to the Suns for the wood fire pizzas and everything for hubby's 60th. Like, she's totally sabotaged that event. Would not get in one photo, temper tantrum, threw herself down, carried on to the point where it was just like, okay, don't be in the photos. Like, pick your battles, I guess. So I think there were 2 photos that we got with her in our family photos, and both of them, she's got the filthiest look on her face. Yeah. Hi, Trixie Star, how are you? Oh, thank you. I'm not even going to get to that today, Trix. With the billboards, I think most creators have sort of addressed it, and I think Chase has addressed it perfectly. And I did hear, if anyone hasn't seen it, Voices Behind the Wall interviewed Christy, the other person that's involved with the billboards and everything. And she talks about what went down, what happened, why the billboard was taken down, and what's now going to happen going forward with the rest of the billboards. That's good, Trix. I just mentally can't do it today. It's just been a lot. Oh, Fairy Dust Diaries, how are you? But I am going to say something. There is a lot happening that I can't talk about right now. But one little thing that's really, really annoyed the shit out of me, and I've got some emails about it from a couple of people actually, that they can no longer support me. And on my last live, I was very open with, if you have a problem with something I've said or I've offended someone, please come to me before you just click. You're quite welcome to just click on unsubscribe. Like, it does not, I'm sad to see people go, but I would rather address things as adults and for people to come straight up here and say, oh, you're still struggling, Fairy Dust. Oh, I wish we could make it better for you. This is the only down part about virtual world, is we can't physically reach out and help somebody. But know that we're thinking of you, Fairy Dust. I hope you get better real quick. Yeah, so In one email it says, anyway, guys, where I was going with that is, if you've got a problem and I've annoyed you, pissed you off, said something that is incorrect, I'm happy to recorrect anything I say. Yes, she does, Elizabeth Lander. Absolutely, she does. They're her two main things, FAS and reactive attachment disorder are the two big ones. But then you've got all the ADHD symptoms that go along with those two disorders. Anyway, the gist of these emails I've been getting stem from this shitty little person called the skeptic, scientific skeptic. I have nothing against that person, whoever they are, in general. And they, in the emails, people have said, you know, I don't think I can be in your channel because of the people you're aligned with. I'm like, what the fuck? Now, what would you think if someone said that to you? They can't, Trixie, I can't be friends with you, or Elizabeth, or Miss Justice, or John Q, because of the people I'm aligned with. Meaning, creators that were involved in the marathon, meaning creators such as Chris McDonough, Doug Hutton from No Thanks, because they have obviously watched the scientific skeptic, and there's a screenshot. So this one person decided to tell me I'm in 3 of his videos. So now I'm aligned with these creators because scientific skeptic put screenshots up of one of my community posts. Now, I don't know if everyone remembers. I'm going to try and find it. I don't know if I can because I've looked for it before, and surely it will just come up on my community tab, and I'll show you what they're talking about. Remember when Chris McDonough, when was that? How long ago was that? When Chris's channel went down, geez, I have more community posts than I realised. Chris said in a live on Tiffany Marie's, let's get all the little channel. He wanted to share the love. He said, let's get all these little channels up to 80,000, 90,000 subscribers. And I was sitting there listening to it. And I thought, oh, that's cool. Let's drown out the hate, spread the love. I'm still trying to find this post, guys, that I posted. It was longer than a month ago, wasn't it? Hell yeah. It's way back. I just want to prove what I wrote. Gosh almighty. Where is it then? I've tried looking for it before. It's, nope. I can't find it. Aha. No, that's not it. This is ridiculous. Aha, I found it. Hang on, I'm going to share screen. So this scientific skeptic, in 3 of his videos, apparently, I've seen 2 of them, he shows this post of mine from, I think it was longer than a month ago, but it says a month ago. And I wrote, please share, as requested by the legend Chris McDonough, let's grow our beautiful positive channels and communities with love, support, and positivity. Drown out the noise with good people. Let's keep this going. Okay, so what ended up happening, like I had Tiffany Marie, No Thanks, The Lab, AB, Libby, Neda's World, Mystery Angels, John Q, Everyday Shenanigans, True Crime Commentary, Scott H, Q Carlock. I don't know why the interview room's in there, but anyway. Crime Stories Obsessed, Crime and Justice, Web Sleuths, True Crime Sushi, Michelle After Dark, Chasing Justice, and it goes on and on. So I probably went to, at the time, I think I went down to there, okay? I think I added them when I did the original post. And then people started sharing the post, and it just grew and grew. But people started messaging me and said, oh, you forgot about web sleuths. And I said, okay, no drama, I'll chuck them in. And it went on, and the list grew and grew and grew with more channels. Every time someone would message me and say, what about this channel? What about this channel? You know, I would just go back in. That's why it says edited at the top, and add them in. Now, this true scientific skeptic has screenshotted this post because I've said, as requested by the legend Chris McDonough. Okay? What the hell? Holly Berry, you cracked me up. That's going to be me, 100% late for my own funeral. So people have seen the scientific skeptic's videos where he's bashing Chris McDonough in a big, big way and carrying on with defaming, playing half videos of Doug and AV Watchman where he just pulls out a piece of that video. He doesn't show the whole video of what Doug and AV Watchman come across with that lady being dumped out of her wheelchair. No, he neglected to put that in the video, didn't he? He just put the frustrated pair of them losing their shit after the fact. But now, because people are watching his video, people aren't happy because I put this, and I'm talking about subs. They're a bit, I align myself with these people now. Like, people, get a grip. If that's all you've got to worry about in the friggin' world, come and fix my pool. Seriously, do something productive, because I'm just about over all this bullshit. And I've spoken to Josh today. Josh says it so perfectly. I did touch on it the other day with Trisha. We can all say and do whatever we like on our channels. I get that. And I like that we can all say and do whatever we want. But having a channel, you bring on criticism whether you like it or not, and I totally understand that, and I'm quite open to receive it. If it's valid, I refuse to think of this little community post as a negative thing, and I'm not going to, because to me, I think it was a good thing. And I refuse to think of it in a bad way. Who assembled that true crimes community list, love? I did, John. The one in my community post that I've got on the screen, that's the one I started when the day after Chris McDonald's channel was taken down. Exactly, Gabby B. But why come for someone just because some creator has, I don't know, I just don't get it. How is spreading the love and trying to help each other a bad thing, and now you can't support me because of that? Just because Chris McDonald's name is in the... Come on now, grow up. I'm dealing with children. It's just ridiculous. It is Duchess of Carolina. It's just... Look, I could understand if someone had a video up and showed me doing something really shitty or saying something really shitty, and I probably say something shitty every bloody live, I don't know. But come at me and say you can't support me for a genuine reason. Don't try and make up a dramatic situation to say that you can't align with me anymore. Like, what the fuck? Is it important? Oh, thank you, Stephanie Saresi. But how is this a bad thing? That's what I can't get past. You want to unsub, you can't align with me. Off you go, sweetheart. I'll be good. I'll be fine. I'm not here for views. I'm here because I want to share loveliness and making things for people and talking about our cases and enjoying this little community that, you know, we're growing in here for the good. If you want to try and tear me down with that little community post and that's all you've got, oh dear Lord. Oh dear Lord. Father God, Jesus, Lord, whatever Timmy says. Father God, Lord. Yes, Father God, Lord. We'll stick with that. And I don't mean that in vain. Father God, Lord. Oh, absolutely, Loretta. But I don't know if hubby is picking the kids up. But I've already got approval off Josh from the lab this morning to play his video about web sleuths and the Chris McDonough situation that has all stemmed from this same guy, the scientific skeptic, that can't even show his real voice or her real voice, because let's face it, it could be female as well. Stephanie says, crime and justice, it makes you wonder exactly what is motivating these disowning. Yeah. Yeah, and that's it, isn't it, Stephanie? You know, like the nomadic trek, everyone's got an opinion, whether it was good taste or bad taste or not okay. I still personally don't feel okay about that. But does that make every video he makes and everything he does bad? Hell no. But just because I've written Chris McDonough's name in this community post, it's the same thing. Am I now totally bad? And does that warrant people not, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. And these are people that don't like drama. They've stated, don't do drama. And I was just like, yeah, right, sweetheart. It's not you, it's the drama channels trying to invade and make all the channels believe Don and Candace. Yeah, I don't know, Denise. I just don't. I don't do that. Love Josh. Yes, I do love Josh. And he explains it so very well and debunks everything that the scientific skeptic laid out to Trisha Griffiths. Because remember the other day when I think it was the last live I did, I touched on it a tiny bit, but I didn't know I was in these videos. But the way it was made out to me when I was getting these emails is that I was, oh, you're in these videos and da-di-da-di-da. And I thought, holy shit, what did I do? You know, I'm nobody, for God's sake. What on earth have I done? So I'm going through these videos trying to work out. And it was this. This is all it is. Come on. I was just like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Talk about drama and profess that you don't do drama. Not cool. Anyway, Josh said it is completely fine for us. He's a little sweetheart though, isn't he? But they've targeted him as well. This septic. I'm going to rename them. The scientific septic. You know, there are things that you think, like with anybody's video, oh yeah, I really get that. And then, oh, that's really bullshit. We all do it. We do it all the time. I do it as a sub. Doesn't mean that you're going to agree with every single word that comes out of your creator's mouth. And I wouldn't expect anybody to, you know. There are some people that do, though. Nothing less. It's a good thing for us following it. Yeah, like John. And the other day I did touch on Trisha's timing of the whole conversation she had the other day on her live. I was sitting there thinking, because I was sitting at school actually, waiting for the girls to come out. And at first I thought she was joking. I'm like, what? Because this happened how long ago? With Jamie Wilson? And then when she brought up the nomadic track thing, and I was like, this is really weird to me. Like, I just was confused because it did all happen quite a while ago now. And we all knew what That was a toxic show. Oh, he's got, whoever it is has got heaps of them on there now. But they need, he professes to have, you know, so much better research skills than Chris McDonough, okay? But here's Josh, who has researched in 24 hours and blew this guy out of the water with his research. That's the funny thing about it. And this guy's a scientific person. Come on now. Who's live? Chris, whose live am I talking about? I'm talking about Trisha Griffiths. And look, I like Trisha too. That's why I was like, what are you doing, Trisha? You know, because the way Trisha and Chris come across to me as a viewer is that they're long life friends and they go way back and they respected each other. She didn't say whether she'd taken these issues up with Chris personally before she went live with that discussion. I would like to know whether she did. I think that'd be interesting. But Josh did an awesome job. Oh, was she? Christy was talking about the billboards. I've only caught bits of her talking to Cher. Hi, Starry Night Tracy M. How are you? No, Teresa, I didn't expect. And then she cried, but she said she wasn't crying because she was sad. She was crying because she was upset. And she even went as far to say that Chris has got dementia. Did you hear that bit? I thought, now she's a doctor. Maybe we need to get Dr. Latina to check Chris out. Seriously, he is so down to earth and he reminds me of an old soul. You know, he has so much wisdom, like Ethereal, Obsidian. You know, I can sit here and think of things, but I can't articulate them like Obsidian and Josh can. I would love to have them two on panel together, guys. Could you imagine? She did say she spoke to Chris before the show. Oh, thanks for that, Loretta, because I was curious about that. And what Josh has been through in real life, I have so much respect for the young fella. I think he's just awesome. Like, he has such strong morals and integrity. Like, I don't know how old he is. Like, he'd have to be in his early 30s, yeah? But very, very switched on for his age. And yeah, I respect her. I'm just confused and a little bit in the I don't know space. It's in his DNA. Hi, Steffi. I didn't say hi to you before. Or Annette. Hello. No, he wasn't. It was just a post on YouTube. But yeah, I just want people to maybe think before. Okay, I always try my hardest when I get really, really, really pissed that I try to sleep on things because it does look so much better in the morning. For me, it does anyway. If I can sleep on something before I really, really lose my crap. Loretta Lee, you have been with me for so long. I love hearts. Aren't they special? He is the opposite, isn't he, Steffi? Yeah, like look at Candace, she's 40 odd. And then you look at Josh and you just think, wow. Actually, Josh is a lot like my son. He's 32 and I learn things off him every week. You know, just with the way he deals with things. He's very, very rational and logical. He does not have he never ever has. From the minute he was born, he's never been a sook. I always thought it was just because he was a boy, because my girls were always so dramatic and, you know, but he is still like it to this day as an adult. Very fair, and he doesn't get emotionally charged when he's talking about things, or he doesn't just say negative things about someone because he can. He's just different, you know. He's a good kid. And sometimes if I know I'm getting burnt up about something, that's why he has the opinion of, Mum, you would be the last person on earth they would let have a gun license, you know, because that's just the way he is. Oh, please go away. Sorry, that was my phone. She said Chris lied about the boys he interviewed. He said the lawsuit against him was dismissed, but she found documentation that it was overturned. That's one of the reasons she is pissed off. Yeah, Loretta, have you watched Josh's video about it? Because I can't explain it. No way in the world can I explain it like Josh. We'll put it on. That's the best way. The lab. It was a lab too, actually. Oh, don't start this crap again. And his video is called Liar Liar.
Welcome to the lab.
I'm going to speed it up.
I'm your host, Josh Diaz. It's good to see you guys. It's good to be here. As always. What's going on? Welcome, Tony. Welcome. Thank you. Oh, man. It is Christmas. 2 shows in a day. 2 shows. Hello again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, sit down. I got a great show for you. Just going to talk about personal accountability here. I got a few things to show you just in case you're interested. And if you're not interested, oh well. But I think you will be. I think you will be interested. And so, like I said, welcome. If you can, hit the like, subscribe button. Thank you so much for being here. Show 2, new member. Last show, incredible. People are just amazing. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for everything. I started going through the emails from last show, and I've got some. We're going to take care of you. I promise. I love that you guys are here. Now, in the first segment that we're going to talk about, and as people coming in, let's just talk about what's been going on. There are certain people in the YouTube community who have this hubris about them, and they like to tell people how to feel and when they're wrong and when they're not. And these people should, I believe, be held to the same standard that they're accusing everybody else of not being at. And it just seems like not the truth, So, and I'll just put it this way: my friend, a guy that I'm very fond of and familiar with for no other reason than YouTube kind of brought us together. I consider him a friend, and I just had been hearing these attacks about a guy that I like, And so, I start thinking, what's going on? Maybe I'm not being critical enough. Maybe I'm not thinking critically enough, because I'm seeing these attacks and I'm going, well, maybe I should look into that. And I did. I looked into it. I looked into it with a open heart, an open mind. I looked into it. Now, as some of you know, I have nothing against the lady, Trish from Web Sleuths, but I watched her show, and where she criticized Chris McDonough. Nobody's above criticism, and criticism is good for all of us, but the criticism's got to be fair. The criticism's got to be right. And so I'm listening to her talking. I go, man, what did I miss? What did I miss? Did I miss something here? Am I the one that's wrong? Am I being bamboozled? Because people are talking about this man that I'm fond of. I like him. And for a good reason, I think. I mean, he's a good man. And so I thought, until these people start just blasting left and right, saying this and saying that, saying, oh, dirty cop. And I'm going, oh no. Oh no. Which is really weird, because I'm really concerned with the information that was put out there. It was troubling. I thought Trish was a friend of Chris's, and Chris had done nothing but help her grow her channel, and not a word of gratitude. That's the kind of gratitude, if that's gratitude reciprocated, I'll pass. It was a lot. But here's the thing: when you call yourself web sleuths, you should sleuth the web a little more. It was a little much, because she's wrong. She's just wrong. When, the problem that she had with him on her show was that he supposedly didn't give the apology that he was supposed to give on his channel. Okay, I'm good with that. Whatever. That's Chris's deal. That's Chris's deal. Okay. And if you follow me and support me, and I hope that, if you're here and that you do, I looked into it for you, for all of you, even the scientific reject. I looked into it. Don't worry. I looked into it. I did what you asked me to do. So then she goes on this whole soliloquy of the Michael Crow case. Here we go again. Michael Crow, dirty cop, bad interrogation tactics, set those kids up, treated them like dog shit. And I'm going, oh no, really? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? I did. I missed something. You did too. And you should sleuth the web a little more. Make sure to sleuth the web if your name's Web Sleuth. Make sure you know what you're talking about before you start talking about it. Let's talk about the real liars tonight, okay? Now, I'm not saying that this lady, Trish, never talked to her in my life. Never talked to her in my life. But I watch her show a little bit here and there. And she's saying that she starts bringing up the Crow case, just like a lot of other people in the world. Movies were made about this. Weird stuff happened here. Okay? Now, let's talk about that case, because if you get down to it, there's a lady named Mary Ellen Attridge. She was the defense attorney. Chris is called in one night to perform a job that he's paid to do. So he goes in, he does his job. But he's interrogating, he's working, he's doing his thing. Everything happens. The boys start saying, just different stuff. And by the way, I'm not here to convince anybody of the guilt or innocence of these three boys. That's up to you. That's up to you. That's up to you. But make no mistake about it, it needed to be looked into. I agree. So let's look into it. And I did, which is the best, because I like doing that kind of stuff. So what happens is, if you're familiar with the case, the defense attorney, Mary Ellen, starts saying, my client, Joshua Treadway, was bullied, harassed, coerced, blah, blah, blah. His dad wasn't even there. His dad wasn't even there. That's what they're claiming. This lady saying, my client's dad wasn't there. He's a 14-year-old boy. Can you believe that? And I'm going, how can somebody interrogate a 14-year-old boy with their dad not there? That's not right, is it? Is that right? No, it's not right. That's wrong. Trish, it's wrong. I agree with you. It should never be done. Never. But then you have these so-called experts giving their opinion 20-something years after the fact. And they don't know anything about it because they didn't bother to look. They just think that my friend, Chris, is a dirty cop. Now, do you have any idea what a dirty cop actually is? Because there are dirty cops. I won't say that there's not. What happens is these kids, who are kids, being defended by Mary Ellen Attridge, she's defending them, saying he tortured them. He tortured them. Really? They weren't Mirandized. They weren't read their rights. Their parents weren't there. They were coerced. Well, this is from the Oceanside Police Department. I, Joshua D. Treadway, hereby submit to voice stress analyzer exam, having said technique explained to me to satisfaction, and hereby release Oceanside Police Department and all claims resulting from or arising out of this examination. Okay? He agrees to it. But not only does he agree to this, let's go here to the bottom. Who's that? Can anybody tell me what name that says right there at the bottom? In case you can't read cursive, that would be one Michael Treadway, the father of Joshua Treadway. Okay, one lie down. So that's just a lie. Okay. That's just a lie. Lie number one. His dad's name, that's correct. It is his father's name. He is signing off. And by the way, his dad sat right there the whole time. And K. Mitch, I hear what you're saying. Doesn't tell the whole truth. Well, neither does Trish, or Trish doesn't know the whole truth, or nor does the scientific skeptic. So let's just tell the truth. Let's just tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And the truth is Michael Treadway sat there while his son was hooked up to that machine because he didn't have a problem with it. He didn't have a problem with it, did he? But Mary Ellen Aldridge, oh, nobody talks about Mary Ellen, the defense attorney. The defense attorney is sitting there saying that he did this wrong. He did that wrong. Well, not necessarily either. So I look into it a little bit more and going, oh my goodness, there's more to this. So then I find out that Chris wins the summary judgment, saying that he wasn't at fault. And the reason that they threw out the Miranda rights sheet was on a technicality because they may have used a form that wasn't normal. Okay, technicality, thrown out. But a judge says that Chris won the summary judgment. The judge says, you know what? He didn't do anything wrong. But Mary Ellen Attridge has major problems with that. Why? Because she didn't like the way the ruling was. So they appeal. You're allowed to appeal. Back and forth, appealed. Wow, Trish, you really should have sleuthed the web some more. That was overturned on appeal. That's true. They went judge shopping. You ever heard of judge shopping? It happens. All right. So now Mary Allen's going to lie again. Who's she going to lie about this time? Somebody's got to be guilty of this murder. How about Mr. Richard Tuitt? Well, why not? He's a vagrant. I got to get boys confessing to these murders. One said that he gave a scenario which would have happened, but in the other two, they said they planned this. Well, once a confession's given, how else do you get somebody off? Well, what you do is you say that the cops are foul. Look at the Barry Morphew case. Now the cops are going on trial instead of the murdering husband. But let's go ahead and give the criminal the benefit of the doubt. So Chris wins this judgment. Then the civil attorneys, let's just talk about it, guys. Let's just be honest here. I'm telling you the truth. When I'm telling you that, I looked into this because it was bothering me. Okay. And so I look and I see that a deal was made. I'm not talking about the guilt or innocence of Richard or Treadway, Crow. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what people are saying about somebody that I care about. And I'm going, dirty cop. Wow. Well, there's a lot more to this. And here we go. You guys ready? More fun to come. So the civil, Richard Tuitt is tried for murder. They give him a manslaughter charge. Why? Why'd they give him a manslaughter charge? And they go, well, you know what? This has got to be retried. He wins a retrial. And in between the retrial, what happens in between the retrial? The civil attorneys for the three boys say, what? What did the three boys say? Or what did the civil attorney say? Let's make a deal. Because Tuitt's going back on trial. And when Tuitt goes back on trial, if he's acquitted, your case is done. It's done. Let's get this deal done before Richard goes back on trial, because once he's acquitted, you get nothing. You get nothing. Well, they say, okay, let's just get this out of the way. And by the way, Richard Tuitt obviously was found innocent, but they make the deal. They make the deal. They want it to go away. So then Chris retires in 07. They're going to make a deal in 2011 with these guys. They're going to make a deal with these guys. In 2011, Chris is retired. And he says, you know what? I'm not signing that settlement. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong, so I'm not going to sign it. City says to Chris, okay, you don't have to, but you're not a part of our department.
Yeah, I don't know, John. I think it's just because just as one friend to another, he's not happy with the way Trisha went about it. I don't know. But he does talk about it like he's really researched it as well. But I think because he cares about his friend, he's just voicing his opinion about it. He is amazing, Steffi. I love Josh. And I agree with, I just stopped it just in case we get YouTube hammering us about not having breaks for the educational entertainment purposes thing. Who said that up there? The best voices on YouTube are John, Josh, and Scott. And I totally agree, guys. They do have the best voices on YouTube. See, I've only sort of come across Chris with the Maya Malete case, Suzanne Morphew, so probably 12 months ago. Anything before that, I don't know a lot about what his other videos were about. Someone did say he started on YouTube with, what's his name? Coops. I like Coops too. My only thing is, and I've said this before in a couple of lives with Chris McDonough, my only thing is I don't, so you've got Judy Ron and you've got Coops and Police Off the Cuff and all these other ex-detectives, and you don't see any of them hanging out with, no disrespect to Doug and Josh or anybody, I'm not trying to say that, but you just don't see them hanging out with other smaller channels. And I've always been a little bit, I don't know, just some, like just something. I don't get it. Private Mike King, yes, that's who he started going on YouTube with. Is it Sheila Diane? And welcome, Sheila. With the Summers case, maybe because there are so many smaller channels covering Summer that's why he's aligned with them. And I'll use the aligned word now all the time. Yeah, I know you do, John. I just, maybe that's why. I don't know. But yeah, it was interesting to me when he started going on people's different panels and things like that, when it's a total different way of being on YouTube compared to the other ex-detectives, like image-wise. Anyway, we'll keep going with this.
Anymore, so therefore you're not covered under our insurance. You're gonna have to fight it yourself. Feel free to fight it. You'll probably win. But before we go any further than that, let's just go back a little bit more. Let's just rewind. All right, so this is a follow-up investigation report, okay? Crone Treadway stated that he was at Aaron's house with his mother when Aaron walked up to him holding a knife in a sheath. Aaron handed him the knife while whispering, "This is the knife Michael used to kill Stephanie. Get rid of it." Treadway stated he panicked, taking the knife and placing it under the bed. There's a lot of coercion. There must be a lot of coercion going on here, because Treadway ends up changing his story. At first, he denies that he did, and then the machine says, well, he wasn't being truthful. He then changes his story in front of Dad. Dad was there. Dad was there the whole time, right? Oh. Dad was there. He was. And the boy changed his story in front of him. Why is that? I don't know. But Dad was right there the whole time. Oh, they brutalized this boy. Chris is a monster. Oh my God. He interviewed the kid without his parents there. Mary Ellen Attridge lied. But guess what happens? She continues to lie and lie and lie and lie until what happens? Let's just fast forward a little bit and boom. Cop files claim against Crow attorney. Chris then goes and sends a cease and desist letter to Mary Ellen Attridge, telling her to stop lying or I'm going to sue you for $500,000. So keep your mouth shut because you're lying and I have no problem suing you about this. I have no problem suing you over this. And guess what Mary Ellen Attridge does? She shuts her pie hole fast, Trish. Trish, she shuts up. You never hear from her again. Why is that? Why don't you hear from Mary Ellen Attridge anymore? Well, because she was lying and she was told to keep her mouth shut. Good for you, Chris. And by the way, I would be careful. Digging into this case, I would be really careful, people. And this is just coming from me, not to underestimate this man, because apparently it doesn't seem like he takes slander that well. And this is a man who also still testifies in trials. So if you're going to interfere with somebody's work by lying and not saying the correct facts, not sharing the facts, he's got it looks like he has no problem. If you do something that interferes with somebody else's work by using defamatory language, i.e., Chris is a dirty cop, well, where's your proof? Because it looks like Attridge had to shut her fat mouth for claiming that there was misconduct. She stopped. She stopped. She didn't say another word. Not one. She was done. She was done. She had nothing else to say. Well, why is that? Well, because she was lying. The lie starts off with, lie number one starts off with what? No parents. They weren't read their Miranda rights. Oh, no, but they were. No, they were. They were. Parents signed it. Michael Treadway gave Chris McDonough a hug at the end. Gave him a hug at the end. Thanked him. Man, that sounds like manipulation. Well, Scientific Reject and Trish You spew things that just aren't true. So either you don't know what you're talking about or you're lying, and I don't know which one's worse. I don't know which one's worse. Because you claim that you know the facts. But what are the facts? Well, I would think that Mary Ellen Attridge is the liar here, and then other people pick up on this lying person who was sued or was threatened to be sued, and she's a lawyer and she shuts right up. But you carry on her deeds for her. You keep talking about her talking points. She orchestrated this whole thing to try to get these boys off, and guess what? It worked. It worked. Good for you, you liar. And then I found out, and I found it even more curious, that Chris wasn't even supposed to be there because they couldn't get a hold of the guy that runs the lie detector. So they said, well, who else do we got? I'll call up McDonough. Get his fluffy hair down here. Right meow. There was a ruling of implied, possibly leniency far before McDonough ever showed up. And I would have a major problem leaving something up, Trish, that's just a flat out lie, because it doesn't look like Chris takes this stuff very gently, and you don't have the facts right. Chris was told that he could fight this lawsuit because he refused to sign it in 2011. He was retired in 2007, and yet he refused to sign the settlement in 2011. And the city says, well, you have every right to do that, Mr. McDonough, except what? Well, you don't fall under our insurance anymore. You've been retired since 2007. So you're going to have to represent yourself. Good luck. Well, how much is that going to cost me? Oh, I don't know, hundreds of thousands, if not a million, 10 years of your life. Who's got $1 million? And 10 years after they've retired, he doesn't fall under the insurance anymore. He doesn't fall under the insurance anymore. I would take your video down. That's just my opinion, because I'm looking right here and it says cop files claim against Crow's attorney. An attorney? Are you an attorney? No. And then once it was filed, the cease and desist letter was sent, she shut up. Why? Because Mary Ellen Attridge, was lying. She was plugged into these two little reporters who did all of her bidding for her. And that's what happened. And by the way, this wasn't a lawsuit against Chris. It was a lawsuit against Oceanside, Escondido, the police department, the city. He was kicked out of the lawsuit, but then he said, well, a judge said, well, I found a judge that will overrule that. We'll put him back in. Okay, fine. Chris says, oh, well, I'm not gonna do that. Why not? Well, I didn't do anything wrong, but you're not covered under our insurance anymore, Chris. So you're more than welcome to do this. It's going to cost you $1 million in 10 years of your life. I think it's just odd that these truth tellers and these truth seekers and these web sleuthers and these scientific skeptic rejects think that they know the whole story, but they in fact don't. Trish, you had a show tonight. Why aren't you doing your show? Why did you cancel your show? Are you deleting stuff? Because I'm looking here again and it says cop files. It doesn't look like he likes this much. He was fighting for his reputation, which is what he should have done. And guess what? He was protected against Mary Ellen, but not you sleuthers. Not you sleuthers. And I'm looking to see where the fault is here. And I look, if he did something wrong, I would have no problem saying it. I would have no problem saying it. But this is lie number one with these people. They love to tell, I'm an incessant liar. That's what I am. I'm an incessant liar. And then she, drags Doug's name into it to get a rise out of him. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what to talk about on your show. And if you had a problem with Chris on your show saying something, which I'm pretty sure that he, apologized for in front of thousands of people, but apparently the apology wasn't up to your standards. And so you go on a rant. Then why did you call Chris and ask him for help for your channel? He did you a favor. And that's the thanks that he gets, is that you start speculating that the Michael Crow case, she said, I got to go do some more research. Then go do it. It's all right here. I will email it to you if you'd like to see it. Look at all, oh man, it's lie after lie after lie after lie. The point is not whether they are guilty. The point is that you are lying about somebody's career. You don't even know him. Scientific skeptic reject doesn't even know him. He doesn't know me, but they're lying to you. They're not telling you the truth because that's how they get their rocks off. And she used him for subs. And now she thinks, because her channel has probably stalled, shocker there, that she's got to work another angle. Get in with the social justice warriors. Those boys were harassed and manipulated, blah, 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 blah. Daddy wasn't there, but oh, he was. He was. Wow. Trish, I mean, that's how you treat somebody that you considered a friend? You don't like the way he apologizes? Tough shit. But you're talking about stuff you don't know about. You just don't know about it because you didn't look. I researched. I looked. I've been looking at it for a while. I mean, well, maybe I did miss something. I don't like dirty cops. I hate them. I don't know any dirty cops, but I hate the idea of them. And then Richard Tuitt goes free. And Chris is saying, you guys got what are you doing here? Calls into the radio show. That started a whole fiasco. I don't know if look, the same lies that were perpetrated back then resulted in this. And they're being said again about a man who actively testifies at trials as an expert. And if this in any way messes any of that up, I wouldn't underestimate what he's willing to do. I certainly would not. I am so stunned at the misinformation that gets put out there. It's troubling. And then we're told that we're liars, incessant liars. What are you doing? Why would you do that? I mean, you not believe me? It's all right here. It's all right here. The fact of the matter is that the city, they were like, let's just get rid of this. And many times over, this has happened in other cases. The point of this is the way to defend somebody or people who have pled guilty is to what? Well, you say it's the cops' fault. Their tactics are bad. Their tactics are bad. Why are their tactics bad? Because somebody confessed to a crime. I don't know. I don't have an opinion about the boys. They're not even boys anymore. I don't have an opinion about that. But then to railroad a homeless schizophrenic man who was found guilty of manslaughter when this should be a first-degree murder trial. It's shameful. It's shameful. Mary Ellen Attridge did not like the ruling the judge said. When the judge said, he's admonished of this, he didn't do anything wrong. The reason that the whole Miranda issue came up was because they used the wrong form. She used the wrong, they used the wrong form. And so on a technicality, you can look it up. It's not hard. Oh, he was so bad to those kids. He didn't even read them their Miranda rights. Their parents weren't there. Lie. And then when you get to finally, he says, you know what? You're going to keep lying about me. Well, I'm just going to sue you. And guess what Mary Ellen Attridge did? She shut up because she was told to, because Chris was about to take him to the cleaners. So she had to shut up. Hasn't spoken about it since. She was in big trouble about it. And I mean, what is it that I'm missing here? Am I missing something? Let's take a look here. Claim sheet. Synopsis. I mean, if you want to read this, it's Treadway said he arrived at Hauser's house approximately 23,500 hours. Hauser was waiting outside his house for Treadway's arrival. When Treadway approached, Hauser remarked, "Good, you made it. This is a wise choice." Hauser placed his hand on Treadway's shoulder, and Treadway noticed he was wearing a pair of black gloves. This is all very, very detailed. So did they just made all this up? They planted all this inside the kids' heads? Is that what we're talking about here? Oh, but I'm not. I'm not missing a lot. I'm not missing a lot. The lies that you guys have got to is just you're wrong, Trish. And you call up Chris asking him, help me grow my channel. Just like, okay, I guess. Sure, I'll help you. Sure, I guess I'll help you. And this is the things that he gets. You don't like the way he apologized, or it wasn't up to your standards. And then now he's a dirty cop. I don't think so. Not according to this. And I saw somebody in the chat say, yes, you're missing a lot. What part of the parents weren't there lie did you not understand? Rub your nose in it. That's where it all started from. That's where it all started from. A lie from the beginning. These statements are from the boys, whether you believe them or not. Whether you believe them or not. I don't know what that means. And yeah, he was unarrested in that case. It just doesn't make any sense. Can't base that on one case a long time ago. Then what can I do? Why can't I? Because that's where it all started with you guys. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. It's all. You go, oh well, okay, maybe you got that case right, but there's other stuff. Once you try to ruin someone's reputation, then the people that don't care about researching it at all run with this. I get it was held up by court. That's fine. I don't even the outcome of the trial isn't my concern. Of the multiple trials, that's not my concern. My concern is that there's people out there that just lie to lie. And it all starts with the crow case. Why, Trish? Why bring up the crow case? You're wrong. I'm sure he's made mistakes, but we all do. He's done so much good. Who doesn't make mistakes? Who doesn't make mistakes? Isn't this one case that everyone brings up when it comes down to Chris? It comes up all the time. It's so dumb. Trish says, and Trish, you lied. He apologized on his channel. We moved on. You were months late to the game, and you just did it to get views. I know you needed members to not get a job. Whoa. That's not me saying it either. And then she's talking about this man's brain, that he has memory loss. Are you a doctor now, Trish? Bang, bang, bang. Let's get rid of the crow case thing, okay? Because you're full of shit.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there because you can go over to his channel. We've dropped the link here and watch the rest if you want to watch. From what I can remember, the rest of it's quite interesting, but not as factual. It's just sort of more about him, about Josh's feelings about what went down in Trisha's life and stuff like that. So if you want to continue with that, the video is called Liar Liar on the Lab 2.0, and he's amazing. So if you guys wouldn't mind just giving him a thumbs up for that video, like he did say, it's totally fine to use it, but I always feel bad when I have to play something that's so long that is all their work, that they should get, you know, at least a thumbs up would be awesome for him. If you haven't already, I know most people have seen it, but he can sort of articulate things. My brain's just not in the headspace right now to rationally discuss and research things, but hopefully things are going to be better. Stop button for she can't find hers. Oh my God, guys. Yesterday, last night actually, when I went to bed, I think I'd sort of caught up with most of my usual creators I listen to, and Ziggy was on. No, I don't know if she was on or I was just started skimming through yesterday's live, and honestly, I couldn't get over. I thought her, and you think people, and Steffi, thank you so much for your lovely words back there. They were absolutely beautiful. I'm like a hot chocolate. I was just so sweet. No one's ever been that lovely to me. Like the shittiest time I've been having the last couple of days, and I just know, like I messaged Susan earlier and let her know a bit of my dilemma with what was going on in my little life, and I just knew if I would come, I said I'll go live just for a little bit because I know that you guys are going to make me feel better, and I appreciate it so much, and I'm thankful and so grateful that you've put up with listening to the bits of my life that are not all fun and lovely and awesome to talk about, because it's hard. But I do try to be totally me and totally transparent. But you guys can hear in my voice if I'm not quite myself, like I can with other creators, you can tell. Yeah, it's going to be really hard. Like, it sounds like I feel bad for those of you who have been here for the whole life, that now I've had that phone call, okay, she's going to stay with her dad from today. But do I feel better? No, I feel bloody worse because I feel like I'm dumping her just like her mum did. So these are all the feelings, there might be 5% relief that, okay, I get to breathe and just worry about us and the older granddaughter, but do I feel good that the younger one's not coming back on Sunday? I feel like shit. you know, and all this stuff going on YouTube. Seriously, like I was going to address the billboards today, and I did do the friggin' septic, whoever it is, but it's not important to me right now. We all need to be more, we all need to realise that in our real world, there are so many things that we probably... Hello, 50 Shades of Shady. I've only seen you around once or twice. I love your little emoji. You know, so I probably will be live quite a bit over the next couple of days, just to get my mind off. And that's the thing, you know, it's what she's been screaming out for the last few months. She wants to go and live with her dad and da-di-da-di-da. Do we think it's going to last? Hell no. There's too many rules at Dad's. Oh my God, Suzanne. Oh, thank you so much. No, it's going into our fabric fund. And that's why it's Friday my time, guys. We were supposed to do the shopping thing today. So I'm really, really sorry that hasn't happened either. But Monday morning my time, which will be Sunday your time in America, we're 1,000,000% going to Cootamundra to get this fabric without fail. Because I don't want you all to think I'm just full of shit, because I'm so not. Oh, it's Libby. Oh, hi, Libby. Yeah, Lib, we've had a few mishaps. Thank you so much, Susan. I'm sure it will. Hopefully going to live with a dad is something that will help her. We just want her to be happy. And Libby, she's been in trouble at school pretty bad, and her behaviour's escalated beyond belief. And she slashed our liner in our pool that can't be fixed. Like, it's really, really bad. And hubby is devastated. Not with the pool's got the liners totally, that's irrelevant to him. It's the fact that he just feels betrayed and unappreciated and, all of that. Lib, just so you know why I'm having a bit of a sook. These bloody cigarettes keep going out. Yeah, it's just, I was saying to Suzanne earlier, I thought it was so hard when they were 3 and 6, because they're so active and, into this, into that, blah, blah, blah. Got to keep them entertained. Now they're that bit older, you would think it would be so much easier. But I guess that's when the trauma matures, maybe. Is that the right word, guys? I don't know. But it really will be a hard weekend, because she will be told when she's picked up from school, how do you have that conversation? Like, this is tough stuff. Does all this shit with Tiffany Marie and everything else, are them things really that important right now for me? Hell no. Oh, hi, True Crime Insanity with KC. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. you guys always just have the right words, you know, and emotionally, mentally, I really need that sometimes because, you know, when we got the girls come to live with us 7 years ago, all your current friends are no longer. Like they'll say hi down the street. Oh, how are things going? Oh, you're doing the best job. Them girls are so lucky to have you. But do you ever see them other than passing in the street or in the supermarket? No, because you no longer fit in their circle. Because now you have little kids again. And your life has gone back to being a 30-year-old with little ones. So they don't want to hang out with you anymore. So it does become very lonely. And that's why you guys are so important to me. Oh, don't get me wrong. I do have, you know, my sewing friends that are just beautiful and we stitch here Saturday night and all that. But, you know, them other friends that you thought you were friends with, they really don't give a shit because they don't want to come and hang out at your house anymore because you always have children there. So you learn a lot from that process as well. But I know you guys have made such a difference to my world. It's just hard to put into words how much you really have. And I appreciate you all so much. And I'm sorry you have to listen to me having a big whinge. Oh, are you, Grammy? She's 11. Like, it's hard, isn't it? Oh, Chase is dirty, Diana. Oh, it just amazes me when some of you say I have a soothing voice or whatever, because I get so much shit from certain people about my old voice, you know, but it doesn't bother me. I couldn't care less. Yeah, Twiggy, I'm sure they will. I'm just going to try and look at it like she's screaming out to want to live with her dad and a stepmom and a little brother, and, you know, she's going to be happy and things are better for her, you know. I just don't want her to think we're dumping her because, you know, she's slashed the pool and that's the only reason. It's just that the screaming out from her with these things is getting to a point now where we can't ignore it. So hopefully it's for the good. Oh, thank you, 50 Shades of Shady. But, yeah, it's crazy. And then you've got Miss 12. I don't think I told you guys. She's got her Year 6 farewell next week. And she had the hairdresser appointment, not yesterday, the day before. So she's got balayage in the bottom of her hair. It's very mild, believe me. I spoke with, and she didn't go to either auntie. She went to her best friend's mother's salon, and it's very mild, and she looks amazing with it all curled and stuff. So now we've just got the nails. She's already got the outfit, so that's all good. But yeah, it's like the list of little preparations. Oh, she's got to have the eyebrows done too, apparently. And I'm like, Jesus, you're 12. I know, Sophie. And, you know, because she has been threatening not just hubby and I, but school. Like with school, that's been her biggest thing, is when she's asked or disciplined at school, she just turns around and says, well, I don't care because I'm going to live with me dad anyway. Like, that is her go-to, and it has been for a couple of months. So with it being a trial, you know, and maybe if it doesn't work out and she comes back, then it's out of her system. But there's a movie, I'll try and share it on the community post. So if you don't or haven't had anything to do with fetal alcohol syndrome or reactive attachment disorder, it is freaking mind-blowing, and it is this child to a T. Like, it blew my mind how I liked that. It's a little boy in the movie, and obviously she's a girl, but identical behaviours. Like, this one set our house on fire one time. It's always been really, really difficult, but I thought as she's 9 now, Grammy E, but in so many ways she's still like she's 4, attention-wise and all that sort of stuff. It's crazy. And yeah, Miss 12 will be 13, not too far away. And I still have the phone. I've been strong. For those of you who have been following that little storyline, I haven't given the phone back. I took the phone off Miss 12 2 weeks ago, and I felt so bad for her, like, oh, you know, 12 going on bloody 26, Miss Justice. Oh my God. Do you know they go out for dinner when they're 12? Like, they go down the cafe and they go out for dinner dates with each other, like, all girls, but I don't think I went out for dinner till I was with a friend till I was like 17. But now they do, I don't know. It's what she wants, you think, Susan? I think so. I'm hoping so. Yeah, so it's crazy. But yeah, the next couple of hours is gonna be really tough. So I better go and pick them up from school and get them ready for that hour-long drive to their dad's house. And I will be back tomorrow. But if anyone's got any suggestions or advice, please hit me up in the email. It's, I didn't even have the banner going. Guess what else happened? When I come up here to do this live, I've left the fridge unplugged again. I just should have stayed in bed today. Okay, I'll go. See yous.